I watched this amazing video yesterday by this neuroscientist who said that when you are constantly putting other people first, when you're a people pleaser and you're constantly putting other people before you, that you're actually training your brain to filter out the world in a way that says that you are less important. You're actually attracting negative things to you. She says there's truth to the saying, good things, bad things happen to good people. Bad things happen to good people because good people in this world are the ones who are nice, and they're constantly putting others before them. So her point is that you have to, and I've said this too, you have to go through a phase like when you're putting up boundaries where you feel like a bad person because all these things that we think of being a good person, being a good friend, being a good daughter, being a good sister, being whatever it is, that we have to kind of go against what we always thought. So I say this stuff all the time, but it's just cool to hear the neuroscience behind it. So I'll put that video below, the link to it. But today we're going to talk about this main character energy, how to stay within our lives, how to stay within this main character energy, putting ourselves first, but with doing it with just simple steps without making it some big, huge, dramatic announcement. I don't know about you, but as a highly sensitive empath introvert, I'm not looking for drama. I'm not looking to make some huge dramatic announcement. I'm not looking to make anybody mad. I'm just looking to live my life, right? So I had the realization the other day that there's less drama inside of me. I feel less drama inside of me, so I feel less drawn to drama. I feel less drawn to gossip. I feel less drawn to anything that is creating unnecessary drama. So I don't want to create unnecessary drama in my life. Are you with me on this? But these are some simple steps that we can just do to remind ourselves, because I feel like as empaths, we so easily get pulled into other people's lives. We so easily can be the side character in somebody else's life. I think I lived my life that way. I think I lived my life that way for a very long time. You know, it was I was always at somebody else's house. I was always helping somebody else out with their stuff. I was always going on somebody else's errands with them. I remember that in college. I was just always I felt like a side character in somebody else's life. This can take some time and patience too, because this is an energy that a lot of us have practiced throughout our lives. And it's definitely an energy. This is an energy that can be transmuted, right? That we can change it. And it is the energy. It's the energy with which we do a thing, right? Because we can take an action from a different energy that actually is because we want to do this because we care for somebody. It can still come from an energy of not abandoning yourself, you know? What I'm trying to say is we can't always tell by the actions. We have to go within and what energy are we coming from? And I'm going to give us some steps in this video to just get in our own lives, get in this main character energy. So for instance, cognitive behavioral therapy teaches us how thoughts, emotions, actions, results in our lives are all connected. So sometimes we start with thoughts and sometimes we start with actions. And in this video, I'm going to talk about the actions that we can start with to get us in this main character energy. It's a little bit of a different video today, but it is so important. I do feel it's so important. And sometimes for me, it feels like life or death. I mean, it's that severe for me because it's it is life or death, because if I constantly am living my life for others, if I'm constantly always just pulled into other people's lives and other people's orbits, I don't live, right? It's the death of my soul. And it is the death of my creativity. It's severe. This is important stuff. Okay, so not to make it so heavy, but let's make it a little lighter, but it is important. Okay, so let's talk about, I have a few steps here. I think I have 5 steps written down of things that we can do to keep ourselves the main characters in our lives, and this is nothing dramatic. Okay, so the first thing is putting your phone away, especially when getting ready. Putting your phone away as much as you can during the day, but especially when getting ready. I have such a memory of this, the first time that I was really able to do this. There's something about, I don't know if this is within my family or friend group or whatever, but there's been something in my life where, I don't know if this happens to other people, where it's getting ready. I'm getting ready to go somewhere or do something, and I'm getting text messages, or I'm feeling I need to make sure everybody else is okay or have what they need, you know? And I'll never forget one time, my gosh, so much of this, when my husband Craig and I first started going and seeing Paul McCartney all over the place. I'll remember I was getting ready for a concert, and I was I had this outfit, I had this whole getting ready process that I was going to take a long time to kind of get ready. And I put my phone away, and it felt and this is great because I felt like a horrible person putting my phone away. And it's great because in that video that I put below about the neuroscientist who talks about how you have to be kind of a bad person, like become a bad person, but it's not really being like putting my phone away while getting ready is not being a bad person, but you're going to feel like a bad person. So when you have been people pleasing your whole life, a lot of times when you feel guilt or when you feel like a bad person, it's actually a hint that you're doing the right thing. That can be really tricky. It's actually a hint that you're doing the right thing. So I felt like a bad person. I put my phone away. I was like, oh my gosh, this felt very scandalous. What if something happens? What if there's an emergency? I finally came to the conclusion, if there's an emergency, I am not 911, right? If there's an emergency, this person needs to call 911. Anyway, so I put my phone away. I got ready. I'll never forget. That's the concert that I just had this memory of doing that, of being like, I don't have to look at my phone. I am free. I'm a free individual. And that's a concert where I wore this dress with Paul McCartney's new album across the front of the dress. And I had a sign that said, do you like my dress? It's new. And Paul, in the middle of the concert, said, why, yes, that's a very lovely dress. So I always feel like the energy that I conserved getting ready, not letting all these energy leaks going out to worrying about everything else, I feel like I conserved my energy. I contained my energy. And it got to Paul on stage. I know that might sound wild, but it feels very true to me. Okay, putting our phone away. I just feel like getting ready, like when we're, I don't know, I as a sensitive person, I like getting ready is like calming to me. It's like, I was watching a video yesterday too on glamour magic, which is so good. I had this book called Glamour Magic for a while. It's like self-talk when you look in the mirror, how you can repeat affirmations like my hair is growing long and strong, or I am beautiful, or whatever. But I feel like all of those, if you think about beauty rituals, it's a little bit of magic. So I feel like doing all that stuff is very grounding, like drying my hair, putting on my makeup, making that, like taking a shower. And I like to have my phone away and not like just be with myself. I used to like listen to stuff a lot while I was getting ready, even if it was like motivational. No, too much, like put it away. So putting your phone away while getting ready, I feel like that is such a key thing. Okay. Now, sort of related, putting your phone away in the morning. Phone, computer, news, TV, not rushing towards things like first thing in the morning. My friend Kate Evans just posted something about this. Like when you're rushing to your email in the morning, when you do that first, you're teaching yourself that other people are more important than you. You're not staying within your main character energy. You're not staying within your own life, okay? So like in the morning, as much as you can, I call it a slow morning, even if it's just for a little while. We can all do it for just a little while, for like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, as long as you can though. But in the morning, have a slow morning. Make your mornings yours as much as possible. Take what I'm saying, like if you can't really apply this, I mean, there has been times in my life that I'm going through something or where like I might not be able to do all these things. So take what I'm saying, take what helps and then leave the rest, as they say. So as much as you can, or apply it to yourself. Like maybe you're going to make it this your evening, an evening where you're putting your phone away and where you're not connected to the outside world constantly. I think that's a big part of this, not being connected constantly to the outside world. Okay. Number 3, having coffee in my Paris mug. Today, by the way, welcome to my morning. Welcome to the second pajama moment that we're having in my backyard this morning with the dogs. Okay, so number 3 is saying no to things that will make you feel resentful later. Saying no to things that will make you feel resentful later. Again, you might feel like a bad person when you say no to something. I've made I think more than one video about this, about how today's boundaries can cause tomorrow's guilt, or yesterday's boundaries can cause today's guilt. So saying no to things that will make you feel resentful later. How do you know if something's going to make you resentful later? Well, if you're saying yes to something that you absolutely don't want to do. I have a friend. I doubt she'll watch this video. Could I talk about this? I have a friend who says yes to everything. She's getting better. And it's not my job. It's not my job to help her say no to things, but she literally recently said yes to a wedding. It's like her friend's daughter's wedding, not even, I think it's like a coworker's daughter's wedding who's like she's got to fly to this wedding and like spend like $500 going to this wedding and she doesn't want to go, you know? So like, no, that's going to make her feel resentful later, you know? So no, we say no to things that will make us feel resentful later. And how do we know? We don't always know. Sometimes this is like living and learning. Sometimes this is a live and learn type of situation. Like for instance, and this leads me to my next point. So this is number 4, is having a limit on how much time. Like as a sensitive person, I cannot, as an empath, I cannot be at a party for 10 hours. You know, like there is a limit. I have a limit to the amount of time that I can spend around a lot of people. And it tends to be like 3 hours, 3 to 4 hours. Sometimes 4 to 5 is pushing it, you know? So, but I've had to live and learn that 3 hours is perfect for me. 2, even better. So I've had to live and learn. So I might have stayed too long and then felt resentful later, or felt like, not even resentful, just felt like my energy, I couldn't get my energy back, right? So like I've had to live and learn in those situations. So it's no big deal. Like this is don't judge yourself if you stay too long. But for me, about 3 to 4 hours when I'm doing something, when I'm with others, even if I'm having fun and liking it, it's better for me to leave with feeling like I should have stayed longer than to stay and feeling like I stayed too long. And then I feel resentful later in some way. So those two kind of go together. Okay, so far we've had things that I feel like are kind of like no's, like eliminating things, like putting our phone away when we're getting ready. We put our phone away, our email technology away in the morning or in the evening as much as possible. Have slow mornings, make our mornings belong to us. We're in our own lives. Remember, the goal is to be in our lives. We are in our own lives. We are the main character of our story. We put ourselves up on a pedestal, okay? We need to lean in towards this. Okay, so far they've been a little bit like taking things away, right? What we're saying no to. So what did I say? Putting our phone away when we're getting ready, putting our technology and phones away in the morning, saying no to things that will make you feel resentful later, staying, having limits about how long you stay. These are all wonderful boundaries to put in place. Okay, so after we're able to do all those things, though, then what do we do with our lives? Well, we create. So then we have the energy to create. So within our lives, we can create. Now, this can look different for different people. This can look like having a family. This can look like having children. That is a creation, creating a family. But also you don't have to have children. I don't have children, so I create in different ways. So creating your life, but you do this day to day. So it could be making a garden. It could be like, I like posting on social media, posting my life. Like my husband and I like posting these. It's for us. We like posting our memories. I feel like that helps me, as long as I'm not sucked into everybody else's life, for long periods of time on social media. I like posting, like making a big deal about what I'm doing, even if it's like going to the farmer's market today or having my cute dogs in a stroller today, whatever, like getting involved in my own life, or making a meal. That's creating content for social media. That's creating, making your house how you want it, so making your pink and purple fence or whatever. Okay, so we put up these boundaries that create containment, and then we're able to create as sensitive, creative souls, as frequency holders. Because remember, the world needs us whole. It is in our highest good, and it is in everybody else's highest good for us to be whole, for us not to be resentful, for us not to have the energy leaks. We need to be whole. Okay, so I hope you have enjoyed this pajama moment with me and Prudence and Star. I remember one time reading online or something that having pajamas, especially as if you're working at home, that having pajamas, like actual pajamas, is a form of self-care. And I feel like that is too. Like that does help me feel like when I'm wearing cute pajamas, it helps me feel like the main character in my life. I have a life. I deserve to put on pajamas and wear them, like I don't have to be rushing somewhere constantly. There's just something about putting on like matching pajamas that tells you are important. You are a main character. You are allowed to be in your life. You are allowed to live like this, right? So anyway, I'll put a link. These are pajamas from Amazon. Super cute. I'll put a link to them below if you're interested. But if not these, get yourself a pair of cute pajamas. Get yourself a pair of cute, matching, comfortable pajamas that make you feel like you are the main character in your life, and walk around, walk and act and feel that you are. Like I said, this is an energy. What's so cool is when you have this energy, when you can feel this energy, when you can embody and live in this energy more and more, you can go out and people love to be around you. You can go out and you can actually help people in a real way. You know, you're not giving from a place of drought. Is that a thing? You're not giving from an empty cup. You know, you're giving from an overflowing cup. And that is the way. I mean, A Course in Miracles teaches us, right? You can only give what you have. I can't give peace if I don't have it. These steps are really easy, you know, and they can change your energy really fast. It can take time because you can go back and forth with it and everything, but simply take one of these steps today. See if it helps. You know, put your phone away, put technology away, say no to something that's going to make you feel resentful. You might feel like a bad person, but you'll get through it. Get through the feeling like a bad person without acting from that guilt. Get through, don't act from the guilt. Have boundaries with your time, and then create, whether it's just creating a nice environment for you. Maybe it's making dinner, finding a good recipe and making dinner. You know, that's a creation. Be in your life. Create something today and do one of these things today. So I hope this was helpful today. I just saw a hummingbird. I wish I could have gotten it on film for you. I have a purple hummingbird feeder, the exact same color. It's really, that was really exciting to see that hummingbird. Okay. And maybe there's something that you can share that you do to help yourself feel in your life, to feel like the main character, to get back in that main character energy of your life, right? And by the way, this is not arrogant. This is not selfish. It might feel that way, but again, as people pleasers, sometimes we have to do, as recovering people pleasers, sometimes when it feels wrong, when you feel guilt, that could be a sign that you're doing the right thing. Now, if you actually did something wrong, if you can actually name what you did wrong and it was actually like intentional and it actually hurt somebody and it's something that can be corrected, or that is not the guilt that I'm talking about. I'm talking about like chronic guilt, chronic feeling of being out of your own life. Okay, so maybe there's something that you can share below that you do to help yourself feel like the main character in your life. It feels to me like when you can get into this energy, it feels normal. It feels like this is how it should feel. I feel grounded. I feel alive. I feel in my body. I feel capable of being a good person. I don't know if this makes sense. It's like sometimes hard to describe because it sounds like what I'm saying is the opposite, but it's not. Okay, go ahead and subscribe if you want more videos like this. I talk about being sensitive in this world and peaceful, sensitive and peaceful in this world, which is possible. Okay, so like I said, go ahead and subscribe if you want more videos like this, and I'll see you next time. Peace and love. Prudence and Star and I will sign off for now. Hopefully we'll have another pajama moment soon. Star, are you the main character in your life? Is there any doubt? Is there any doubt that you are the main character? You are the star? Prudence, how about you? Main character all the way for these two.